The following video is not made for kids under 13. If you are not 13 years old, please exit out of the video now. And please, YouTube, do not sue me. What's up guys, Mooky here, and I'm back with another part of What If Izuku Was Trained by Ryu Hayabusa. This is part 7. In the last part, Izuku met Rachel and decided to take his position to go fiend hunting during his nights and to his night patrols. And also, he was chosen to be class rep of Class 1A, with them going to the USJ and soon facing against the League of Villains. With that said, let's get into this, guys. After Shigaraki announced that they are the League of Villains, Aizawa soon says, 13, protect the kids. Make sure that they don't get hurt. As Izuku saying, I'm going to help out. As Aizawa tells him, no, you can't. As Izuku retorts saying, you can't fight them all on your own. Quirk only works on one person at a time. And not only that, your fighting style is a lot different than only focus on one person. Don't you? That's why I decided to help you out, don't you think? As Aizawa says, Midoriya, I wouldn't have been a hero for this long if I didn't learn some new tricks. As Izuku saying, what? After saying that, Aizawa goes down to face against a couple of the villains and deactivates their quirks while beating them down with his scarf. As Izuku, so he is that strong. I didn't expect that. As Bakugo and Kirishima says, even so, we can't just sit here and do nothing. We gotta go and help out Mr. Aizawa. As Bakugo saying, let me fight Kento's villains. That's what I want the most. As 13 tells him, even so, you all are still students. You don't have the right to fight just yet without a quirk license. After saying that, Izuku tells her that, well, we can go and get people that can fight. As he tells Ida to get out of the USJ as soon as possible and go get help. As Ida tells him, but what about you? You're just as fast as I can, so you can also help me out. Go get help as well. As Izuku says, yeah, I'm fast, but I'm not that fast. But you're way faster, especially with your trump card. Am I right? As Ida is surprised hearing this, knowing that he knows about his reciprocal burst, because he never even told him. As he says, you're pretty perceptive, Midoriya. I guess it makes sense. As he says, I'll head out as soon as possible. But after saying this, Kurogiri soon tries to trap everyone and send them different locations. As Izuku pushed Ida out of the way, telling him, go Ida! Go and get help as soon as you can! I'll try and help out everyone else here. Just go! As Ida hears this, he runs as fast as he can out of the USJ and makes it outside. As for Izuku, just like before, he goes to the shipwreck zone and lands in the water, where he realized that there are tons of villains all over him, and was prepared to fight by bringing out his tonfa. And before he could even land a hit, Tsuyu soon comes in with saying, "You're okay, Midoriya?" As he's shocked seeing this, but before realizing that she already grabbed him with her tongue and sent him on top of the ship. And realized that Kendo was there too, asking Kendo if she's okay, as she replies saying, yeah, I'm alright, Midoriya. Thanks for asking. I appreciate it a lot. Giving off a little smile to Kendo before putting his, mask back on. And Tsuyu soon climbing up as well, saying, the two of you, I'm glad to see the two of you are okay. As he soon says, thanks Tsuyu, I appreciate the help. I guess it makes sense you do well in an aquatic zone like this. As she soon smiles and says, thank you, Midoriya. Yeah, I appreciate the compliment. After that, Izuku began saying that they need a plan to get out of here, realizing that there are way too many villains to fight off. Kendo, they soon explain what their quirks can do, as Izuku is able to use multiple element attacks and however, he has to use certain hand signs to do so. And as Kendo also explains her quirk just being to extend the size of her fist, saying that it's not really useful in a situation like this. As Suyu says that her quirk is basically all the abilities of a frog, and that she can just do everything that a frog can. As he's saying, well, Suyu has the best advantage, and as for me, I can't really say for sure. As knowing that Kendo is the only one with the disadvantage here. And not only that, realizing that Suyu may have the advantage underwater, but realize that there are way too many aquatic villains. And just remembers what Ryu told him about what happens if storing all the Nimpo energy in his body and then releasing it into one point. As he remembers this, he says that he has an idea and decides to heads to the edge of the boat. As the both girls begin saying, Midoriya, what are you? As says, I'll be back. Trust me. Just give me a few minutes. He soon jumps off the boat as both the girls scream out in worry, wondering if he thinks he can take all of them on his own. As Izuku realizes that he can, but he doesn't want to fit. But underwater combat isn't his specialty. As he decides to just jump after seeing that Izuku has jumped into the water, the villains rush after Izuku as soon as possible. And as Izuku was glad that they did, as he jumps up into the water and begins running on it, and as both girls realize, wait, is Midoriya walking on water? As even the water villains are shocked, seeing that he's actually running on water. As Izuku arrives back at the shore, he slides backwards and he begins using his art of the ice storm, where he uses the certain hand signs and stores up all the ice that he generates through his Nimpo into his body, and then focuses it all into his hand, and then shoots it all out onto the water, freezing the entire shipwreck zone instantly, and also freezing what villains that were inside the water and up top of the water as well. That they're all frozen in place. They can't even move 1 inch. Seeing this, Izuku saying, alright girls, you're able to get down now. You can come on. After saying this, they realize that they're afraid that they might fall through the ice if they land and might fall through, helping some of the villains escape and ruining Izuku's hard work. As Izuku saying, I can see where they're coming from, even though I freeze the entire water itself. As he says, alright, I'll help you guys down. I'll be there in a bit. He runs on the ice just like he did when he was running on water, as he's not even shattering what of the ice is there, knowing that he freezed the entire water itself anyway. As he makes it to the frozen in place ship, he tells them to jump, and that he'll catch both of them easily, as they trust Izuku anyway, and both girls do so, as he catches them, and catches both of them at the same time, and they land back on the ice easily. However, Izuku lets go as quick as he can, as both girls realize, oh, what's the matter, Midoriya? As he says, nothing, just let's go. Because he accidentally grabbed both of the girls, well, if you guys know. After that, Izuku was blushing like crazy and decides to just help it, and decides, let's all go. If you guys feel uneasy, just walk slowly and don't rush it. After this, both Izuku and Kendo were already moving as soon as they could. However, Tsuyu was slowly walking behind them, was shivering like crazy, as Izuku asked, "Azui, are you okay?" As she retorted saying, "Call me Sue, and I can't move as fast because of the cold." As he says, "What do you," as he begins thinking, "Oh yeah, you have all the characteristics of a frog, so cold temperatures would actually hinder your progress." As she soon nods, and Kendo actually wanted to say, I could use my giant fist to help you out if you feel like it, and I could carry you if you want." As Izuku saying, "I don't think that's necessary, Kendo." And soon after, he begins using another hand sign and creates arts of the flame phoenix, where 3 phoenix birds began swarming around Tsuyu, heating her up in the process, saying, "As soon as we get to land, I'll disable my quirk, so you should be fine." As Sue soon says, "Thank you, Midoriya. I really appreciate it. This helps out a lot." After saying that, Izuku gives off a little smile, however the girls can't see it under his mask, and after walking for a bit, they made it out of the shipwreck zone. And after that, Tsuyu soon says that they should head back to the entrance and fight and wonder if everyone else is okay, as Kendo agrees as well and says, as Izuku tells them, you two go ahead. I'm going to go look around the rest of the USJ and help out as much as I can." As Kendo says, "Wait, you think you can face against the villains on your own? I mean, the lake thing, the freezing the lake thing was pretty genius and all, but you're only one person. Can you really fight all those villains on?" As Izuku saying, I've been through worse training than this. Trust me, I can handle myself. You guys just focus on getting back to the entrance." As Kendo's saying, "All right, just be careful, Midoriya." As Tsuyu saying, "Yeah, be safe, Midoriya." As both girls head back to the entrance, as Izuku was about heading around all around the USJ, where he runs into both Kaminari, Jiro, and Momo, and where they're fighting against multiple villains. As Momo begins using a tart that was shockproof, and where Kaminari is planning on shocking almost everybody in the area, and plans on using his full power. As Izuku basically comes up and just uses a smoke bomb, covering the vision of almost everybody, even both Kaminari, as he basically knocks out almost everybody with his tonfa easily. Even the electric villain that would have captured Kaminari in the end as well. As Kaminari says, "Wait, Midoriya? When did you get here?" And as he says, "No time to talk. You guys head back to the entrance as soon as possible." And soon after, he just disappears instantly, as he feels, "Okay, if you say so." As Jiro and Momo saying, "I guess it just felt useless using this now, is it?" As Jiro comforts Momo saying, "Don't worry, I think we can use it in some other way." He soon makes it to the burning city area where Ojiro and Koda are facing against villains. As Ojiro is taking care of them pretty well, he soon is helped by Izuku, who uses his nunchucks to knock out a couple of the villains that Ojiro or Koda couldn't fight on his own. As he tells the two to head to the entrance as soon as they can, and he helps out many of the other students. Soon after, he runs into Shoto, as he was freezing almost half of the other villains in place easily. Soon after, Izuku soon tells him, "Todoroki, stop! You can't keep doing this." As he says, Are you having sympathy for these villains? They plan to kill us." As Izuku tells him, I don't mean that. You know Hagakure is here, right? As he says, Hagakure? I don't. As he realized that she's invisible. Of course. As he says, if you keep that up, you might freeze her. Just like you did in their villain versus hero test. I mean, sure, she might be more prepared, but still. Think things through about when your allies are around. Shoto gets a little bit annoyed and says, you should worry about yourself. Go back to the entrance and get to safety. As he says, that's what I'm telling you. As you and Hagakure get out of here as soon as possible. As I'm going to head back to the entrance as well. Let's go. After saying that, he soon disappears as Toru soon comes out saying, huh, so he did know I was here. I'm glad that he noticed. As she soon says, thanks for taking care of the villains too, Todoroki. I appreciate it. As he says, don't worry about it. Soon after, he begins getting a little bit frustrated that Midoriya just showed up just like that, feeling like he was just telling him off or something, and just disappeared. As Izuku was running as fast as he can and tries to make it to the entrance, he soon sees both Tsuyu and Kendo hiding in place. As he says, what are you two doing? Why aren't you two at the entrance? After saying that, Tsuyu soon points at where Aizawa is fighting against the Nomu, and he realizes that things are not going good. As Izuku's eyes are wide open, realizing that, damn it, I couldn't expect this to happen so soon. This is exactly the reason why. As he realized that he just brought everybody from the other zones to come into the most dangerous spot in the USJ. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video a lot. And tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And also like and subscribe, which helps out my channel a lot. With that said, this is Mooky signing out. Later.